Coach, how emotional has this been for you and your family at home and your Laker family here?
Extremely emotional on both fronts. You know, it's been something that has touched my family, being the father of daughters. It's been very emotional, and you know, something that brings us together, and then as well as the Lakers family. You know, I'm around. You know, I'm around the people that were closest to Kobe. You know, throughout his time here, and you know, it's been just a deeply saddening time for all of us.
Frank, can you describe how you broke the news to the team on the plane, and kind of what the sentiment of that moment was like?
You know, for me, I just wanted to make sure everybody knew, and so it's just one-on-one and letting them know.
Obviously, the NBA canceled that game Tuesday. How do you know when this team can be ready? And you said it's pulled you together. How do you guard against it breaking you apart and losing focus?
I don't think you could. Always wanted to make him proud, and you know, that's not going to be any different here.
Frank, what did you guys get done yesterday, and what do you think? What kind of work did that do for those guys emotionally?
We did some things that we felt would be therapeutically beneficial. We got in the gym for some team shooting work. No real practice working on anything in particular. I wanted our guys to come in mentally free, but to get a sweat, to touch the ball, to be around each other, and then we had a lunch, you know, where we all you know, just spent time together and grieved together.
Coach, speaking on behalf of the Lakers, if you had a chance, what would you tell Kobe Bryant?
You know, I'm not ready to go there. You know, I really not. You know, some questions I'm not just not gonna be able to answer right now.
Frank, could you maybe tell us perhaps a favorite Kobe story over the years?
You know, I'm not ready to go there either.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
What have you learned about this team through these last few days and through this tragedy?
Well, it's just strengthened what we've felt all year about our current group, which is, you know, we've become a family in a very short time. And, you know, it's something that you talk about in the NBA with your teams, but this group in particular has really grown to love each other very rapidly. And, you know, we understand the importance and the opportunity we have this year. And, you know, this has just brought us closer together.
You speak of being a father of being a father to daughters, knowing how much he loved his daughters and supported women's sports and all beyond. What did that mean to you?
I mean, it's just, you connect with that, you know, and you feel it, you know, because it's what your life is about. Him being a father to daughters and being involved in their sports was, you know, the most enjoyable thing, you know, in his life, you know, from my observations. And it's the most enjoyable thing in my life. I love being the coach of the Lakers, but it doesn't come close to comparing to my family time. And, you know, so it's very relatable.
Frank, how's the
Purple boom.
Frank, how have the leaders of your team, LeBron, Anthony, how have they tackled the task of leading this group going forward?
Really the same way they have throughout the year. You know, we've collaborated with them on, you know, what the next few days should look like. You know, they've been vocal in terms of, you know, just helping the group manage their emotions and get through this.
What did you do after you left the plane on Sunday afternoon?
I went home and hugged my family.
Frank, obviously it's tough to kind of do this with us and answer questions about the last couple of days. Was there sort of discussion with players about you kind of taking this on for them today, or what was the decision process with that?
The decision process is you guys can speak when you're ready and not before.
Last two questions.
Would you say, Frank,
You've been in the
this
NBA
team
for 20 years, most of Kobe's career. Just wondered what impact you saw
on the other players that you coached for, against, trying to prepare a scouting report, to deal with him, all that stuff?
Well, he was the most feared man in the league for an entire generation, and the influence is profound, league-wide, basketball community-wide, worldwide, Lakers family, wide, and his influence will be felt forever.
Frank, would you say it's fair to say, in addition to wanting to win it for yourselves, you guys now want to win the championship for Kobe?
We want to represent what he stood for. That's the most important thing for us. We want to represent what he stood for.
Frank, what could Friday's game do for your team, a team full of basketball players to play a game?
I think it's therapeutic. Anytime you can get out and take your mind off of something like this, there's no doubt it will be therapeutic. And just help with the process of us moving forward.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Too? Last question, Ali. Go ahead. Sorry.
Has that been the case in practice too? That sort of therapeutic.
Absolutely. Everything we've done in terms of being together has been therapeutic. Yep.
Thank you. Thanks, Frank.
Thank you, Frank. Appreciate it.